Hello everyone, welcome again to another special review from team GadMode. Here we are with 5th generation special edition G series device from Lenovo, the Moto G5s Plus. For Lenovo, Moto G devices are more about providing value for money rather than promising top-notch specifications at dirt cheap prices. The Moto G5s Plus in particular now feels quite premium. The S stands for special edition, and they are moderately improved versions of the existing Moto G5 line that debuted earlier in the year. Let's check out the review of G5s Plus. Starting with the display aspect. The Moto G5s Plus flaunts a 5.5-inch IPS LCD Full HD 1080p display covered by Corning Gorilla Glass version 3. The LCD panel comes with a 401 ppi pixel density and a 70.1% screen to body ratio. These things remain largely unchanged when compared to previous Moto G devices launched earlier this year. Touch response is good and the display is resistant to fingerprints as well, so it doesn't feel sticky when swiping across screens or apps. It's also bright enough to be used in outdoor conditions and viewing angles are great. It's not OLED, it's not incredibly high resolution, but it is close enough in person to a higher end screen to make this a non-issue for most people. Colors are vivid, sharpness is great, and aside from a little bit of brightness loss, viewing angles are solid. Some more affordable phones struggle in bright daylight, their displays not powerful enough to compete. However, the Moto G5s Plus handles the sun pretty well. You won't have to squint just to read a WhatsApp message. The only real hindrance here are the thick bezels on either side of the display. They make things less immersive and also hinder the overall design of the phone. Anyway, let's move ahead looking at the build and design aspect of the phone. Motorola has opted for a full aluminum unibody design for the Moto G5s Plus. The device looks sturdy and solid in hand without any squeaking part. The all-metal build quality gives a premium finish to this device, ensuring that the user feels confident while holding the device. The company claims that the body has been carved out of a single block of metal to ensure high build quality. Motorola has added noise cancellation port, micro USB port for charging and speaker grill at the bottom, and 3.5mm audio jack at the top of the device. The volume rocker and power button are on the right side of the device, while the SIM tray is on the left side of the device. Moving to the back of the device, you will find the antenna bands on the top and bottom along with a dual camera setup towards the top. The Moto G5s Plus is a bulky phone and the camera bump really stands out on this one. There is a Moto logo at the center on the back panel. The company has changed a significant number of things in terms of the design to ensure that it looks like a new, streamlined and evolutionary design. Little details like the antenna bands neatly running along the borders to integrate with the design and polished metal finish make a huge difference. The front of the smartphone packs a speaker grill, proximity sensor, front-facing camera and a front-facing flash along with Moto branding on the top. The company has added an extremely responsive fingerprint sensor on the bottom. One thing to note here is that there are no physical buttons on the device. The Moto G5s Plus comes with Android Nougat 7.1.1 out of the box along with the June Android security patch. This is one of the few smartphones that is running Android Nougat 7.1.1, which is good because few companies are supporting the update. Motorola recently announced that G5s Plus will be upgraded to Android Oreo 8.0, and considering that the device is running stock Android, I won't be surprised if Motorola is among the first to roll out the update. Users can expect the update to hit the device in coming weeks. Bloatware in the OS is minimal. You get stock Android with Moto device help and files apps as well. I did not face many problems when it came down to the operating system and the overall experience of the software. Everything was fluid, smooth and snappy. There are a few display settings or customizations available like changing the font style, display size, display rotation, sleep timer settings, changing wallpaper, etc. Users can now use the Moto app to access the Moto Actions, Moto Display and the Moto Voice features that are part of the Motorola device experience. Each adds additional functionality to the stock Android experience to improve overall usability. One button navigation is an additional feature that the fingerprint sensor can be used for. Since there are no physical buttons and the navigation software buttons acquire additional space at the bottom of the display, you can eliminate that and replace that with one button navigation option with some touch and swipe options. You can either open recent tabs or go back to the previous screen or wake phone or turn off the screen. If you can remember the options, this works great. Among the Moto Actions options available, you can shake the phone to enable torch, twist the phone 2 times to quickly open camera app, and swipe from the center of the screen to one of the corner to enable one-handed mode. Everything works pretty decently and as expected. Among the Moto display options, you can enable night display while you are using the phone at the night time. Just that it will make the harsh whites to yellow to reduce the stress on eyes. And last but not the least, Motorola has added the Google Assistant navbar animation that we have only seen on the Pixel so far. Moving ahead, testing the fingerprint sensor, setting it up is pretty easy and intuitive and works pretty much fast and accurate in waking up and moving the device to sleep by just placing the finger on the sensor. Let's check out the USB of the device, the cameras. The Motorola Moto G5s Plus sports a dual 13 megapixel camera setup on the back with a f2.0 aperture, color balancing dual LED flash, along with an 8 megapixel camera module with a wide angle lens, f2.0 aperture and LED flash. One 13 megapixel camera sensor shoots in color while the other one shoots in monochrome for better image quality in low light conditions. Shutter speed and focusing wise device struggles a bit. Camera app wise, it seems to be a pretty simple and minimalistic in terms of features or options available. Modes wise, there are only Pro mode, depth enabled, panorama and default photo mode available. Filters or stickers are missing in camera app as it's a default Android experience. The rear camera in general is not bad in bright lighting conditions and it is possible to get some nice detailed shots on this. However, the color reproduction with the reds, pinks, does struggle and this is something I have not seen on previous Motorola phones. Also the autofocus is sluggish and you need that extra second or two for taking the perfect picture, which is not the ideal in this price range. Camera performance is an issue across the board. Even when shooting using the standard mode, there's a bit of a delay between pressing the shutter button and the shot being captured. This is the part of the Moto G5s Plus I have the most issue with. Earlier Moto G phones are faster. That though makes it a camera that's tough to depend on. If you are fine with that, the G5s Plus should suit your needs. We will try to cover a camera focused review soon. Stay tuned, hit thumbs up if you like the video and do not hesitate to share with your friends. Do subscribe if you are looking for more such wonderful unbiased reviews coming soon. Also, if you are a social bird, do get connected with us in Twitter, Facebook, Google Plus or Instagram. Let's be in touch.